Hi everybody, welcome to my channel. So today we are going to be getting this bold brow over here. I'm going to take you guys from crazy, undone, untamed, wild brow to a much better sophisticated brow. This is just going to be my tips and how I like to do my brow. So if you want to see how I get this to look beautiful, stay tuned. So first of all, I'm going to start by cleaning up my brow and just grooming it a little. I'm going to take a spoolie. This is the one at the end of a brow pencil that I'm not going to be using today, but I do like the spoolie on it. So I just want to clean it up a little bit to make all the hairs go the same direction. And I am looking in my little mirror. I have a super inexpensive mirror from Target. I think it was $5 or $6. Flips to both sides, so it's easy for me to do my brows. A lot of people think that using the magnified side is easier, and I actually like the normal mirrored side. I feel like it helps me frame my brows to my face a lot better. So next I'm going to go in with this double-sided comb brush brow attachment. This is from Sonia Kashuk from her Knockout beauty line. Any of them that you find is perfectly okay. I think you can probably find this from e.l.f. for like $1. So now that I feel like my brows are groomed for the most part, I'm going to go in with this it's a e.l.f. small angled brush right here. I really like this because it's super small, super slim this way, and it has a nice angle, so it's easy for me to tilt that whenever I do my brow. Today, I'm going to be using an eyeshadow as my brow powder. It's what I have gotten used to. How I came about this, let me tell you. It's from the Nars Narcissist palette right here. This is the color Versailles. I hope I'm saying that right, but I believe it is Versailles. This is the Nars Narcissist Unloaded palette, but any dark brown color or black or whatever color brow you like to go with. I think any darker shade should work as long as it matches, your hair or what type of look you're going for. But I came to use this because one day I ran out of brow pencil. I was totally out, didn't have a backup of this, and I was like, what am I going to do? So I just grabbed this palette and I dipped in with this and I started trying to draw my brows, and the rest has been history. I really love how bold of a look that this gives me. So I'm going to be showing you exactly how I achieved that today. So I also keep this bottle of water. It's really nothing. It's just a spray bottle. I use this in my hair. I use it for whatever I want, but love that bottle. I'm going to just take this small angled brush and I'm just going to, let me see how I can hold this. I'm just going to dip into this palette like this. Just do some regular taps here. And I'm going to close that palette up. And I'm going to spray my brush just a tad. I don't think you would need to spray your brush. If you have setting spray, that can also work. I just spray it with water to get the pigment a little harsher. Even though the pigment on this is pretty good, I just like to give that water so that it applies very seamlessly and smooth. So I've been using water with this. It works just fine. I don't use my setting spray, but if you would like, you may use it. Just basically using something to wet my brush a little bit. So now I'm going to go in and just the front of my brow starts about here, and I want to go about here where I start off, right in this area. So also another thing is this brow is great. I love it, but I don't need my brow to look symmetrical to this one. I like for my brows to be sisters, not twins. So if this one is a little bit different, if it's a little shorter or just a little bit more arched or unarched, I like that because I do like for my brows to look natural, and my natural brows are not symmetrical at all. Not even when I get them done, they're not. One of my brows is slightly shorter than the other, so I like to kind of keep them looking as natural as I can. Even considering obviously we're using enhancers. So I'm just going to take this this brush, and I'm going to start about midway through the brow, and I'm going to create my outside line first. Now if I go out, I like it to be some pretty light strokes. As you guys can see, this side of my brow is very short. So I like to extend it just a hair out. So that's kind of creating the shape right there. So I'm going to tap in a little more to my powder. Now I'm going to create hair-like strokes upward. I'm going to hold the brush not this way, but I'm going to flip it downward when I do this, okay? Because I want the most pointed part of the brush flicking, okay? So this is how I draw on the tail of my brow. I always start there. And I just kind of draw in exactly what I think is going to look the best on my brow. I'll grab a little more powder. And now I'm just going to fill in throughout the back half of that. So now I have the front of my brow left like through here. And what I'm going to do is use this brush in the same way with the angled part, the longest part of the angle tilted downward. And I'm really going to go in with some super light strokes, as light as I can with this powder. And I'm going to flick this upward like this to really create those strokes. And then I'm just going to kind of bring any other color that I feel like needs to be added, especially to the end. Oh, especially to the end. I'm going to add all that on right now. So if you see this side is not super pointed and perfect, my brows never are. That's kind of the same situation on this side, but I feel like it looks a little boxy. So what I'm going to do now is take a little bit of concealer. I don't really like a thick concealer unless I'm doing like complete full beat, going, you know, for a certain event or a party, or really specific date somewhere. You know, I don't go for the full crazy beat, but I do take a little of this and just kind of line the lower, or the, what is this? The underside of my brow, I guess. I don't know. I line the under part of my brow. And I love this brush. This is from Real Techniques. This brush is called, I don't know. Hold on. Sorry. Medium. I will link this brush below because I really can't tell what it is, but it has this like feathery look and it like tapers up slightly. But I love this for kind of detailing my brows. But I pull the product down right through here. And then I just kind of like lightly feather this against my brow. I feel like it cleans it up and makes the appearance of it look so much better and cleaner. And I don't clean up the top of my brows. I feel like the top is fine. It usually gets cleaned up nicely when I do foundation and everything like that. So I don't think it's necessary for me. And then I just kind of like take my spoolie and I just kind of pop it back and forth and see if there's any pieces that I'm missing on. But at this point, I really like how it's looking on both sides. I feel like my face looks good. So I am going to go in with the Anastacio Clear Brow Gel. Love this. And I'm just going to hit a couple of areas, especially in the front. I feel like this makes the brows look so much more realistic. And I just hit all around the points of my eyebrows. So this is pretty much the look right here, finished. My brows are on, and I hope that you really enjoyed this little tutorial about how I get my brows to look a little more bold. Normally, I just go in with a pencil when my brows are done. They're not done at all right now. I haven't had my brows threaded in like 6 months, and I really need to go, but I want to do a video on the differences between waxing and threading, and I want you guys to see why I love to get my brows threaded. So this is how I fake it until I make it with my brows. So hopefully you like this video. I will link all the products that I use below, and I think if you have a regular brow powder that you like, that this technique could work. Like I said, this brush has been the only thing I've used. I love, love, love it. And I think my brows look so good. They look so nice and neat. So hopefully you guys enjoyed this video, and I will see you in my next one. Bye.